Weird and wonderful. The strangest law is still on the books today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weird and Wonderful, the show where we dive into the bizarre corners of history, culture, and the law. I'm your host, and today we're exploring the strangest laws that surprisingly still exist in 2026. You might think laws are all about serious stuff like taxes and traffic, but unknown scattered across the globe are relics from bygone eras. These aren't urban myths, they're real statutes still on the books, even if they're rarely enforced. We'll cover 15 head-scratchers from the US and around the world, complete with their origins where known. Buckle up, this 10-minute journey might just make you question reality. Let's start stateside. First up, Alaska, the last frontier, where wildlife laws get wild. It's illegal to push a live moose out of a moving airplane. Yes, you heard that right. This stems from the 1970s when pilots sometimes herded moose for hunting or photography. The law was enacted to prevent animal cruelty and mid-air mishaps. Imagine the paperwork if you got caught, fined up to $1,000 or jail time. And while we're in Alaska, bonus, in Fairbanks, you can't give alcohol to a moose. Because nothing says party foul like a tipsy 1,000-pound beast. Next, head south to Arizona. Donkeys cannot sleep in bathtubs after 7 p.m. This quirky rule dates back to the 1920s. When a flash flood washed away a donkey snoozing in a tub outside a home, the owner had placed it there for shade. But the incident clogged up local waterways, leading to this specific ban. It's still enforceable as a misdemeanor. Arizona also prohibits hunting camels, remnants of a failed 19th century U.S. Army experiment to use them in the desert. Over in Alabama, churchgoers beware. Wearing a fake mustache that causes laughter during services is illegal. This one's from the early 1900s, aimed at preventing disruptions from pranksters. Fine up to $500 or 3 months in jail. And while you're there, no playing dominoes on Sunday, part of old blue laws meant to encourage Sabbath rest. California has its share of fashion faux pas. Women may not drive while wearing a housecoat or bathrobe. This outdated gem from the mid-20th century was likely to promote proper attire on the roads. In Chico, California, you also can't produce or store nuclear weapons because, apparently, that needed spelling out. Florida, the Sunshine State, shines with eccentricity. Unmarried women are forbidden from parachuting on Sundays. Originating in the 1950s, it might tie into old gender norms or Sabbath observance. Penalty, a fine or brief jail stint. And in Tampa, no eating cottage cheese after 6 p.m. on Sundays. Why? Who knows, perhaps to curb late-night snacking riots. In Georgia's Gainesville, the self-proclaimed poultry capital, you must eat fried chicken with your hands, only, no forks allowed. This 1961 law was a publicity stunt to boost the local chicken industry, but it's still technically on the books. Now, let's cross the pond for some international oddities. In Singapore, chewing gum is outright banned, except for therapeutic types. Enacted in 1992 after vandals stuck gum on subway doors, causing chaos. First-time offenders. Fines up to $1,000 SGD. It's kept the city spotless, but at what cost to fresh breath? Greece protects its ancient treasures fiercely. No wearing high heels at sites like the Acropolis. Heels can damage the marble, so since 2009, flats or sneakers only. Fine, up to €900. Tourists pack accordingly. In Milan, Italy, it's illegal to frown in public, except at funerals or hospitals. This centuries-old ordinance promotes positivity, with fines for violators. Enforcement is lax, but imagine getting ticketed for a bad day. Japan's Metabo law from 2008 mandates annual waistline checks for adults 40 to 74. Men can't exceed 33.5 inches. Women, 35.4 inches. If you do, expect mandatory health counseling. It's aimed at fighting obesity and healthcare costs, strict, but effective in a health-conscious nation. Canada keeps payments practical. You can't pay for items over $10 with just pennies or $25 with nickels per the Currency Act. This prevents coin hoarding chaos. In a country of polite transactions, it's a quirky cap on change. Up in Norway's Longyearbyen, on the Svalbard archipelago, it's illegal to die. The permafrost prevents bodies from decomposing, risking disease spread. If you're terminally ill, you're flown to the mainland. The UK has a fishy one. Under the 1986 Salmon Act, handling salmon in suspicious circumstances is illegal. Aimed at poaching, but suspicious is big fine up to £800. And in Scotland, if a stranger knocks and asks to use your toilet, you must oblige. Thailand insists you must wear underwear when leaving the house. This 1930s law promotes public decency. Finally, in France, you can marry a dead person with presidential approval. Posthumous marriage requires proof the deceased intended to wed. It's from World War I, allowing widows to marry fallen fiancés for benefits. Romantic, macabre, both. There you have it, 15 strangest laws still lurking in legal codes worldwide. From moose mishaps to underwear mandates, these relics show how history, culture, and sheer absurdity shape our rules. Many aren't enforced, but they could be. So next time you're tempted to frown in Milan or push a moose mid-flight, think twice. Thanks for joining Weird and Wonderful. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and share your own bizarre law stories in the comments. Until next time, stay legal ... and a little weird.